Is your redness hitting harder now than it did a decade ago, even on days when you avoid heat, alcohol, and spicy food?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy to listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster. Today we're unpacking why rosacea often intensifies in midlife and what it takes to cut flare frequency by lowering the biological pressure that keeps your skin reactive. I'm Ethan Foster, and in this episode, I'll guide you through the big picture, how immune signaling, blood vessels, nerves, and your gut interact to shape what you see in the mirror.
I'm Alara Sky. I'll break down what current research says about overactive immune responses, gut-skin connections, and practical steps you can take to reduce inflammatory load so your skin regains the ability to reset between triggers.
Let's start with the core shift in perspective. Rosacea is not just a surface issue. You're looking at a chronic inflammatory condition where immune signals, nerves, and blood vessels feed into one another. When those signals stay switched on, vessels open wider, stay open longer, and eventually lose tone. That's when temporary flushing turns into persistent redness.
The immune piece matters because many people with rosacea produce excessive antimicrobial peptides that keep alarms blaring when there's no real threat. Those alarms drive swelling, burning, and visible vessels. Over years, the repeated dilation stretches vessel walls, which is why you notice fixed redness and networks of fine veins that don't fully relax between exposures.
Nerves help explain the why now behind explosive flares. When sensory receptors overreact to heat, ultraviolet light, alcohol, or spicy compounds, they release neuropeptides that raise blood flow and add inflammatory fuel. If you stack exposures, poor sleep plus a hot room plus a glass of wine, the nervous system fires faster and the flare lasts longer.
Your gut sits at the center of this pattern. Associations with small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, Helicobacter pylori, and reduced microbial diversity point to a gut-skin axis that keeps facial immune cells primed. When gut balance is off, inflammatory signals reach your skin through the bloodstream, and recovery slows after every trigger.
There's also the barrier effect. When researchers used probiotics in studies, they observed reductions in water loss and better hydration, suggesting a stronger barrier that resists irritation. Results varied by strain and dose, and benefits faded after stopping, so consistency in addressing root drivers matter more than looking for a single supplement to fix everything.
Why does it feel worse in your 40s and 50s? Years of inflammation accumulate. Tissue around facial vessels weakens. Vessels stop tightening all the way down. Skin becomes thinner and drier, so redness shows more. Some people also notice changes during perimenopause and menopause. Add individual triggers, alcohol, heat, wind, stress, and you get a trend toward more frequent, stubborn flares.
Treatment choices usually split into symptom control versus load reduction. Topicals that constrict vessels and reduce inflammation, and lasers that shrink enlarge vessels can help with visible symptoms. They require maintenance and don't touch the drivers that keep the system overactive. You get more control when you lower the inputs that push those pathways every day.
Diet is the first lever. Removing seed oils high in linoleic acid is a direct way to reduce inflammatory signaling and mitochondrial stress. Replace them with stable fats like tallow, ghee, and grass-fed butter. Keep daily linoleic acid under 5 grams and ideally under 2 grams. When the Mercola Health Coach app is available, the seed oil sleuth feature can help you track intake to 1/10 of a gram.
Gut stabilization is the second lever. If you deal with bloating, irregular stools, or food reactions, start with easy-to-digest carbohydrates to calm reactivity, fruit and white rice. As digestion steadies, reintroduce root vegetables, then legumes, and later whole grains. Aim for about 250 grams of healthy carbohydrates per day to support recovery and keep stress hormones in balance. As your gut heals, beneficial bacteria produce butyrate that reinforces the intestinal lining and suppresses inflammation.
Stress stacking is the third lever. The goal is not perfection, it's decreasing how often stressors pile up on the same day. Avoid alcohol entirely, especially on stressful or sleep-deprived days, because it amplifies vessel reactivity. Space-demanding tasks, eat on a regular schedule, and avoid overheating when your system already feels taxed. When you cut stack-ups, vessels get time to recover and flare intensity declines.
Your skin barrier needs support so irritation stops compounding. Keep cleansing gentle, avoid fragranced products, and maintain steady hydration. When your barrier holds, fewer irritants reach immune cells, which lowers burning and flushing without adding more active ingredients to chase symptoms.
Emotional stress control is the fourth lever. Protect your sleep window first. Short or fragmented sleep heightens next-day reactivity. Build short decompression breaks, 5 minutes of slow breathing or quiet walking, to shift your nervous system out of high alert. Set boundaries around work and screens in the evening. As emotional pressure drops, baseline inflammation falls, and everyday triggers lose power.
Let's put this into a simple plan. First, remove seed oils and keep linoleic acid under 5 grams daily, aiming for under 2 grams. Swap in stable fats, tallow, ghee, grass-fed butter. Second, stabilize digestion with fruit and white rice. Then bring back root vegetables, then legumes, then whole grains, keeping total carbohydrates around 250 grams per day. Third, reduce stacked triggers. Skip alcohol entirely, especially when tired or stressed. Space-demanding tasks. Avoid overheating. Fourth, protect your barrier with gentle fragrance-free care and consistent hydration. Fifth, lower emotional stress through sleep protection and brief daily decompression.
It helps to keep expectations realistic. Probiotic findings are encouraging for barrier function and anti-inflammatory signaling, but protocols differed and benefits declined after stopping. The most reliable gains come from steady habits that reduce inflammatory load rather than quick fixes that suppress symptoms for a day.
You'll notice control improve when flares become less frequent, recovery times shorten, and redness looks less fixed. That's the payoff from addressing diet, gut balance, stress stacking, barrier care, and emotional pressure together. Each lever reduces the background noise so your vessels and immune system can downshift.
Here's your challenge. For the next 2 weeks, remove seed oils completely and keep linoleic acid under 5 grams daily. Choose easy-to-digest carbohydrates while your gut settles. Skip alcohol on every day you're short on sleep or under pressure, and keep skincare gentle and fragrance-free. Track your flares and recovery times.
Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.